Hello everyone, I'm Katie. I'm the founder of Fontana Candle Co. And I am going to be live tonight with Kelly, the founder of Aleavia. So I'm going to wait for Kelly to pop on here. Hi everyone, welcome. Waiting for Kelly from Aleavia to jump on here. We will be talking with Kelly today. If you don't know, I know a lot of you know Aleavia Skincare, you know and love them. But if you don't know, Aleavia is the leader of prebiotic skincare. So I'm so excited to be talking with them today. And Kelly is on. So
Hi.
hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Exciting to see you on tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. We have a couple exciting topics to go over. So I was
Yes.
just giving a little intro because I know most people know and love Aleavia just as much as we do at Fontana. But I was giving a little introduction how you guys are the leader of prebiotic skincare and you use only the best organic ingredients. And this is really just a lifelong mission of your family,
Yes.
sort of like Fontana is our mission. And that's why
Yes.
we've really bonded, I would say, in the last year and a half.
For
Kelly and
sure.
I chat quite a bit on Instagram DMs. So Kelly and I have struck up a friendship and just really saw how similar our companies were. So we thought it would be fun to just chat and to discuss some of these similarities. So Kelly, would you be able to tell us more about how you discovered prebiotic skincare and why you decided to found Aleavia?
Gosh, I was sitting there thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, well, do I do the long story or the shorter story? So I'll try to make it more condensed, but um I've had a lot of health issues since my second daughter was born, and she's now 16. And it's just my body never really recovered properly. So I've had a lot of ups and downs over the years, and um, going to lots of doctors, lots of different, conventional doctors. Of course, how I started out. And when that path wasn't working for me, I started to take another path, and I started to really embrace alternative medicine. And that was about 10 years ago. And I started to embrace chiropractic care, acupuncture, and then I really got into diet and changing the way I eat and the things that I put on my skin. And so I really was going through this whole change myself. And it was such a fluke because at the same time, this was again like 10 years ago, I met our formulator, and it was totally by chance. And he was doing unprecedented things with prebiotics, but for in the environment. And he had been doing them for over 20 years. So, I mean, this guy is the guru because he was doing things with prebiotics before anybody was ever even talking about prebiotics. And what he found was when they were working with these formulations with environmental work, it was actually healing their own skin issues at the same time. So they all were kind of like this aha moment of like, prebiotic. This is really powerful. And he started to play around with some formulations and testing it on people for diabetic ulceration wounds, for eczema, rosacea, for acne, and everybody was getting all these incredible results. So he knew that he figured out that what he was doing to balance the environment and make it whole, that had the same effect on skin. So it really became kind of a passion of his, but he didn't really know how to put it out there because he's a formulator. He's into biologic. He's a biologic specialist. And if you don't know what biologic is dealing with living organisms. And we deal with a living organism, which is our sea kelp, and which is the prebiotic that we use in our formulations. So at that exact time that I met him, my daughter, who was about 7, she had severe keratosis pilaris on her arms. And I did everything. I was going to doctors, and they wanted to do all this topical steroid treatments. And I was trying to do for 2 years, I was trying to figure this out, and to no avail. And he gave me a bottle, and he said, bring this home and start bathing your daughter in it, and just let me know what happens. And so I did, and I'll never forget. I brought it home, and my husband said, "You're crazy! Like you don't even know what's in it." And I said, "Well, he said everything's completely organic, so I mean, it has to be fine." And anyway, I snapped a picture and of the day we started, and in 20, it was like 27 days exactly, her keratosis pilaris was completely gone.
Wow.
And I was like, it was like a huge aha moment. And it was just interesting because it was at the time that I was getting a lot of aha moments changing my life. And so I don't know if it was just meant to be. It was just, they say timing is everything, right?
Exactly.
And I had had a career for 16 years in sales, and I had kind of retired out to have my children and spend some time with them. And I was so passionate about it. I started using it on myself. And I can remember I got into bed with my husband. I'm like, feel my skin. It feels like baby skin. And I've only been using it for like 2, 3 days. So, he thought, he literally was like, I don't know what your obsession is with this. I've never seen you like this. So that's kind of how it started. It started out of a passion from a mom, just trying, not only dealing with my own issues, but with seeing my daughter and what it did to her. I guess how it all really came to fruition in my mind, I was like, why wouldn't everybody want this option over something artificial, synthetic, and conventional, the medicines that they want to put on your kids? So that's where we started. So I remember I called him and I asked him to come to my house and to sit down, and we talked for hours about it. And I just said, he said, I'm a formulator. This is my passion, but I don't even know how to begin to bring it to market. And it just started. And I always say we started with a ready, fire, aim mentality. It's just one of those things, and you can relate. It's like you start and you're just like, okay, we're going to do this. And you just start little by little by little by little. I said, okay, we'll just start in the state of Florida, which is where we live. I live in Orlando. And it took us 1 year to formulate and to get Aleavia to come to fruition. So we worked together for a year, and I basically just pounded the pavement. And that's kind of our story and where we started. And all I can say is that Aleavia is a community. We've never been into hardcore marketing or, becoming like this really big, I don't know. It's just like a family. And just like you and I started talking, I have so many people, so many incredible relationships from starting this company. I think that's the best part. And as hard as it is, as you know, having a family business, you never have downtime. You're just, there's always so much on your plate. But I think the best part is the community. And for me, the very, very best part are the testimonies, because what it did to my family, I'm seeing it now for thousands of families. And for me, that's everything. And so that's where we are. So
That's
here
awesome.
we are, that we're in our 7th year, and we just keep growing and growing, and we just try to figure it out every day.
That's like, you need to have that passion, and just to see
Yes.
you live it every day and just see the difference that you make in people's lives. I mean, that's what
Yes.
keeps us going. That's what keeps you
Right.
going.
I
It's
can
just,
remember in the beginning, and you can probably relate. I would wake up some mornings and I would say, I can't do this anymore. It's just too hard. It's so hard to figure out, where do I go? Like, what's the next steps? How do you figure it all out when you're just you and your husband starting this business? And every single time I doubted myself, I would get a testimony that day. And so I realized that God was saying to me, nope, you know what? You keep going.
keep
You
going.
just keep going and keep going. And here we are. And it's just been this wonderful journey.
That's amazing. And my story, I'm a melanoma survivor. I was
Yes.
diagnosed 2 years ago, and that's when I really started to take my skin seriously, because before I never really thought too much about it. But now my skin is always at top of mind. And like your product, I have your little travel size right here. It's the only thing I really trust on my skin.
Yes.
And just knowing how much love and care you put into each formulation really gives me that trust.
Well, I think you and I bonded too because I turned 50 this year, and then I went to my dermatologist to get a skin check because, you know, we're in the sun a lot as a family, and I love being outdoors. I'm outdoors every day. If you follow my stories at all, I'm always gardening and I'm always outside. And so I'm pretty good. I even bring my girls to get checked, and they're pretty young. They're 19 and 16. Um, and she found a little something on me, and she said it's probably nothing. And I got a call like 5, 6 days later, and it was one from melanoma, and it was a real eye opener. And so I totally understand. It's just, I guess I see people talking about, there's a lot of controversy over the skin,
Yes.
but as you get older, things change and things start to pop up. And it's just over a progression of time, we start to get things from the elements that we're in. And so I'm a huge advocate also of getting your skin checked. It's just, it saves lives.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes. If I wouldn't have gotten mine checked, I don't want to know what the outcome would have been. Yes. Yes.
Where was your melanoma?
It was on my chest.
Interesting.
Yep.
And it's probably just a tiny little spot too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. A tiny little spot that I never would have thought twice about. So
yes,
get those skin checks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the other area where you and I have a lot in common is I am a migraine sufferer. So my migraines have gotten a lot worse as I'm in pre-menopause. And so I've been really focusing on that for the last 6 to 8 months. I've taken some time off from formulating to take care of my health. And one thing that has become super sensitive to me is fragrance. And you're a huge proponent. I mean, you talk about it every day.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting since I've changed really almost every aspect of our life of what we have in our home. I can't deal with any kind of artificial fragrance. And I think you and I kind of bonded over that too. And I really started enjoying your candles because I just couldn't take any kind of artificial fragrance or scent, or it would trigger a headache for me.
Absolutely. That fake fragrance really just smacks you in the face when you're sensitive to it.
Yes. Detergents, everything. It's amazing when you have the knowledge and then you start to really, you're like, I can't believe I ever used that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Once you remove it from your life, you can't imagine putting it back in.
That's right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your ingredient standards and how you choose your ingredients for your products?
Well, it's actually really pretty simple. When I started working with our formulator, he had been doing these formulations for over 20 years. And I was really lucky because, you know, I wasn't the expert. Obviously, he was the expert and he was my teacher, but he was already setting the standard for me. So I was super lucky. And if you look at the base, which, you know, I have here, this is our #1 seller, and people find it hard to believe, but it's our unscented enzymatic body cleanse. By far outsells all of our other products that we have. And there's only 7 ingredients. And so it's so basic. Everything is really pure. I mean, we use the sea kelp. It's harvested off the coast of Canada, eastern Canada. Coastline, and our aloe, everything is organic. Our glycerin is derived from palm. Our citric acid, which we get asked almost daily, is derived from frozen lemon and orange peels. So there's no, you're not going to have any kind of mold. And then there's organic coconut oil, and that's it. And that's our base. So I've been really fortunate to have the standards were already really high. And from there, as we started growing and I wanted to expand into more washes that, had different scents, we always just used really high quality oils. And he would source them for me, bring them in, we would smell them. And that's how we have done it from the very beginning. So that's kind of where we're at. And every oil that we pick, also has to have an added benefit for the skin. So it's not like I'm just saying, oh, I love the smell, let's do it. It's also to research the oil and to say, oh, wow, this oil is amazing and all the added benefits that it has. So we're really cognizant of that every time we're formulating.
Awesome. Yep, you have that extra step. We just go for, does this smell good?
Yeah.
But you have that extra step, does this work?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So what would you say is your favorite product personally?
Oh, gee, you have to ask. I mean, I'm a little obsessed, so I brought it. So my favorite is the green tea honeysuckle. This body wash was a labor of love to formulate. It took over 20 different times for us to get it right. I think we started with like 6 different oils, and then we narrowed it down, and I fell in love with this oil that's in there. It's imported from Norway. It's a honeysuckle organic oil. And just the green tea and the honey, it just really stands out. I use it every single day. I have not used anything else on my face and my body since we started, so it's been 7 years. But this one I use daily. I shave with it. I wash my face. I take all my makeup off with it. But you know, again, honeysuckle is really cool because it's an anti-inflammatory. It's great for redness, eczema, rosacea, acne. And then the green tea extract in there is great for puffiness and redness. It's great to retain moisture for the skin. And then honey, we can just go on and on and on about honey. Honey is great for everything. Great for acne, great to reduce wrinkles, lighten the skin. It's kind of like, if I could put honey in everything, I would. It's just, that's how much I love it. So it's just a really, really special product. And I always push it. Everyone's like, what's your favorite? I'm like, this. That's all you need right here.
That's
For your
awesome.
baby, for adults. And the other thing that's great are all of our body washes are great for newborns all the way to adults. So you don't ever have to worry if it's not safe.
Perfect. Should we talk about our special project?
Yes.
Is that a good intro into what we've been doing?
Yes.
So Kelly and I have secretly been working on a project for a few months, and this lovely honeysuckle oil makes a really beautiful candle.
Here we go.
We are excited to introduce the Fontana Aleavia Honeysuckle Candle Collab.
And it's awesome.
It smells absolutely amazing.
Yes.
If you like a strong floral scent, this is definitely going to be your new favorite.
Yeah, we went for the 100%.
We did. We want you to be able to smell this.
Well, because you know, and you can talk a little more about this. And since I've been on some calls with you and your husband, I've learned more about the candle making. And you know, using essential oils, you don't get that high. So sometimes, you know, it doesn't permeate a room very well.
Yes.
And what's beautiful about this oil, and when you gave me a 50% and 100, I immediately, when I started sharing it with people, they're all like, oh, you got to do the 100. Mm-hmm. And the other beautiful thing about it is that you smell it. Like you walk into a room. I've been burning it in my kitchen. Mm-hmm. And whenever anybody walks in, they're like, oh, what's that smell? It smells amazing. So it's really been fun to have it at home, and just but it's not overpowering. It's just a lovely, lovely smell.
We were really nervous because not every oil works wonderfully in a candle. So Kelly sent us a bottle of her oil just to try it, and it worked beautifully. It was probably one of the easiest formulations we've ever done. And we're like, this is just meant to be. This oil is meant to be in a candle. So we are so excited.
Yeah, it's awesome. Super fun. Perfect timing, summertime. It's light. I just, it's beautiful. You guys did a great job.
Well, thank you. Because I know we've been talking for, I would say, over a year. You originally wanted to do a cranberry for the holiday.
Yes.
We just didn't get that one done.
I know.
We're excited to introduce the honeysuckle.
Yep, we're already getting questions when it's available.
All right. Well, I guess we can talk about the details. So as soon as we jump off here, we are actually going to post a giveaway. So 2 lucky winners will win a candle and a body cleanse before you can buy it. And we'll pick a winner on Thursday. And then on Friday, this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the candle will go live on the Fontana website. And that's, I think, an important note because Kelly and Aleavia, they're in Florida. If you're new to our candles, we do not have any preservatives or stabilizers in the wax. So the candles don't love the Florida heat so much. So Fontana will be handling the shipping, and we'll be shipping everything with ice packs so it gets to everybody in tip-top shape on these hot summer days.
Yes.
Yes, so Kelly will have the link to share with all of our followers, and it'll bring you right over to the Fontana website where you can purchase.
Perfect.
So we are super excited. Is there anything else you wanted to?
No, I mean,
words,
we're just excited. I can't wait. I hope that everybody enjoys it as much as we have. It's been a fun collaboration, and I'm just glad that our oils that met your standards, and they you know, and it worked out to be a beautiful candle, and especially being my favorite scent. It's really special. It really is.
It's a wonderful way for the two brands to work together. I mean, it just worked out beautifully. So.
And honeysuckle isn't really common, so it's not like, you know, you see all these candles, but it's just the most, all I can say is that it's the most lovely smell. It really is.
It is. Yep, it is. So we'll hop off here.
We're already getting asked to do holiday collaborations.
All right, Kelly, send us some more oil. You heard it.
No problem. No rush. No rush. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing too. Once, you know, August comes, people are ready for holiday.
I know.
When it comes to scents. So
yeah, for sure.
We have to start thinking holiday, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm so glad everybody's excited.
Yeah, and excited for the giveaway too. That's fun.
Yes. So we'll get that on tonight, and then we will see everybody on our website on Friday.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.